Welcome down the rabbit hole to my soapbox. So the next piece of the puzzle, which I'm really excited about, I've got an amazing friend called Stephen. He's got a little business called Object Support. And basically he makes the most amazing stands and display frames that for all sorts of different pieces, artwork, antiquities, you name it, he'll build a stand for it. Anyway, he's going to teach me how to make a couple of jigs, which I'm pretty excited about. And then for the tool wall, I'm going to bend with the jigs hooks for each and every single tool that I'm going to put on the wall. And as I say that, I realize that there's quite a bit of work to do. Today's the day. I went and picked up some heavy-duty cardboard for protecting floors that I'm actually going to make templates of all of the walls that are behind me here. And then I'm going to lay out a selection of all the tools. And it's quite a hard challenge, actually, figuring out what tools you want to keep, where you want to put them, and also, knowing me, I'll find more tools in the future. So do I put all of the tools up, or do I leave some room for more tools? Because you can never have enough tools. I have to work through that visually today. So I thought you guys might like to enjoy coming on that journey and process with me, and it'll either look cluttered or it'll look awesome. Regardless though, it's just going to be so nice to have the tools accessible, not in bins, stored away. And so when I actually start doing the restorations, which this is the whole point of building this workshop in the first place, is to start restoring some pretty epic cars, they'll all be there ready for me to use. So let's get stuck into it. When I first stumbled down the rabbit hole on this project, pulling apart my old Hudson, I realized pretty quickly that I had a problem. All of my tools were metric, but the cars back in 1911 and 1912 were all imperial. So I started hunting. Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Trade Me here in New Zealand, swap meets, anywhere I could find them. A lot of these tools were being thrown away or forgotten, and slowly I started collecting some really special old pieces. And in a moment of reflection, I have too many tools. I have started culling some of the walls behind me and laying them all out and trying to separate them out into sections: woodworking, metalwork, the lathe, drill area, that sort of thing. But it's still proving difficult to find them all. So I'm going to have to prioritize the ones I need an easy reach and build some underbench drawers for the leftovers later on. Like a kid at Christmas, I've just come back from Stephen, my mate's business called Object Support, and he's lent me all of these epic tools, jigs, the propane burner, flux solder, and I've had like 10-minute lesson from him, so I feel mightily prepared for this, but really excited. So using some of the jigs that I've got, I'm able to bend steel around it. Now this is copper plated mild steel TIG rod. I'm going to make some hooks, paint them, dry them, give that a go, and then if I'm happy with everything, then I'm going to get stuck in. I'm not a professional. I'm learning this on the fly. I simply am an enthusiastic hobbyist, and today is cool because I'm learning new skills. So I just got in and started bending wire. I was able to get the angle grinder and cut off these loops, which turned out really well. Next, I covered them in flux and laid them down on the honeycomb, applied some heat to it, and started braising it. I was looking for that cherry red finish, and after a while I started to get the hang of it, and as you can see here, made a few. Well, that was pretty simple. As you can see, it's not hard now to convert these little rings into hooks and different sort of clasps that will hang off the wall to hold all the tools. I've chosen an easy wall behind me to start off with, which is the lathe walls. While the hooks are sitting outside, I'm going to now stick my beautiful map up on the wall, and then I'm going to pre-drill all the holes, get everything nice and ready. Once I'm able to get all of the hooks set and dry, I start laying them up, and man, it's coming together amazing. I'm pretty stoked with how the first wall has come out. Exactly how I thought it would be. I've left gaps around the place with all of the designs for the walls so that I can add more tools, and literally it's as easy as pulling them off and putting in new hooks, re-drilling them, away you go. Also, it hasn't taken me as long as I thought. You know, all up I would say this wall has probably taken me about an hour and a half from start to finish. All in all, this looks amazing. So for a first pop, pretty stoked. Well, I'm really stoked with the wall behind me. It's probably my favorite, with all of the patina of the clamps, the level, the drill. It all came out really, really well. So super, super stoked with this one. And only a few more to go. I'll share a secret with you. I've done all the easy walls first. I've been procrastinating and revisiting the last 4 panels that I have to do, purely because there's a lot of tools that all of the brackets are different, and I think actually the biggest thing that I didn't want to do is take it from the floor and put it on the bench and reorganize everything. But well, I have done. So there's quite a few challenges with this one. Everything I've had to figure out how to hang individually. So I'm mostly going to be making rings and then flaring up the sides so they have a little cradle to sit in. Gravity holds them, and then I got to figure out exactly where on the tool I need to slide them up and then make the mark for the center hole to get them as they look on the tool wall sheet when they're hanging. Some of these bends were super complex, like this guy as an example. It looks terrible, but method to the madness, looks like it should work. There's 48 pieces in total, equipment-wise. There's 55 pieces of hooks and mounts. I'm going to get these primed and then painted. The hold up at the moment really is just the paint drying. So I've probably got about 150, 180 tools to go, but feeling really good at this stage. It's kind of like a marathon, not that I've done a marathon. As you can tell, I'm built for snacks, not speed. I now have a massive selection of rings and hooks, catches, and different sort of latch style finger hooks for the next 3 tool walls that I've got to do. But I think because the paint's drying and I've just knocked all these out, I think I'm going to finish up, have a beer. Seems to be the common theme around here. So thanks for joining us down the rabbit hole, and we'll see you tomorrow. Welcome back down the rabbit hole. Come in this morning and all the paint's dried nicely, and I've realized that it's actually, there's going to be probably equally as much involved in trying to find the numbers, correlate them to the sheet, and then put them in the holes, find the tools. But I'm up for the challenge. I'm not going to bore you with it being filmed in real time, so I'm going to hit the fast forward, time lapse this, and get some tools on this wall. Wish me luck. don't know about you guys, but I'm really happy with this wall. It's probably my favorite of all of them so far. Not perfect by any means, and as I use some of the hooks, I'm sure in time I will replace them. Some of them are a little bit hard to get the tools in and out of. I kind of got to the point yesterday where I was just pushing and pushing and pushing to get it done, and I feel like I can revisit a few, but they're all on there. It's all safe and sound. I have 4 more walls to go. Just about to get into this woodworking wall now with all the chisels and the planes and bits and pieces. I officially like this wall the best. I've switched around a whole bunch of them, but originally I liked the wood clamps and the textures, but I love the fact that this has beautiful tools at the ready for woodworking. I'm actually going to restore all of these tools. As you can see, the edges are all dull. I need to pull the planes apart and start to fettle them. Fettling, not a weird word. Basically, it's like fine tuning. So I'm going to fine tune the handles, need to be tightened. I need to put a couple of fresh saw blades in my saws, and then they're ready to use. So I'll film that later on down the track when I get to it. But for now, they're on the wall and move on to the next wall. The Great Wall of the Rabbit Hole. I don't know why, but for some reason, I just really struggled to want to get into this wall. And as I was doing it, I realized, well, it was actually pretty easy. I've left a heap of gaps because I'm missing some imperial set ring spanners. So I'm going to start looking for those and also start looking for some other targeted Whitworth spanners as well. Well, my nemesis and I had a duel, and turns out I won. The tool wall within the main workshop now is all complete. Spanner wall was the last one. I've left a bunch of gaps because there's absolutely going to be more tools being added to these walls in times. At the moment, it's just getting them up there, finding the right space, building the workshop, and then starting to use them and seeing what does work, what doesn't, what I need, what's missing, what's there, and kind of just going from there, really. Just stoked to have this finished. It feels like a workshop now. There's still so much to do, but it's coming together.